Hello, hello. Wow, that was quick. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Make sure my hair looks right. How you doing? Let me get IG on. Hey, Lorna. I had a big old smile when I saw you just. I love the hearts. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Afternoon, everyone. How is everybody doing out there this lovely Tuesday afternoon? These weeks are just flying on by here, guys. This is the last week of February. All right. So today, I want you guys to hit like and share on this. This is going to be real quick. Hi, Touch Natch. Hello, Miss Elaine. How are you? Hello, hello. How are you doing? Guys, this is the last week of February, and we want to talk about some tax deadlines because these dates are flying by. Hey, Libby Styles. Thank you for joining in. We want to talk about these deadlines because the dates are flying by. This is February. Right now, we are going to the end of February, getting ready to jump into March. You know, this is really flying, and we want to make sure that one thing that we don't want to do is pay any unnecessary penalties because we're filing things late. So we want to try to stay on top of this, guys. Those of you who have these businesses, and a lot of it has to do with your personal and your personal business as well. Hey, Shiraz, looking forward to this information. Definitely worth, they're definitely want to stay. This is going to be so super important, guys. Make a note of this, right? Make a note of this. Jot these dates down. Very important. We're going to go through this really quickly, and I want to make sure that we don't file taxes late. We don't not file extensions. We don't incur a lot of unnecessary penalties and late fees just because some things that, simply because we don't know these dates, we don't make a note of it. And again, like I said, time is flying so fast. End of February is almost here. All right. So let's jump right into this. We want to talk about what deadlines is coming up between now, and we're just going to talk about the first half of the year, which is between now and June. Very important. And then, of course, we'll have another conversation of what happens after that. Okay. So right now, for your personal and for your business, mostly today on the business side of things, we want to make sure that paperwork and forms and filing and taxes are into the government on time. Hey, Margie, yes, avoid those penalties. And, and they're so astronomical. It's ridiculous. I mean, you guys have seen those penalties. Everybody complain about it. Why the penalties are so high? Well, because they're trying to make sure that you do things right. And I guess the more they charge you, and if it's an expensive venture, you're going to make sure you do it on time, right? Because you don't want to pay all that money for no reason. So the first deadline I want to talk about, guys, is on March the 1st. Now, the thing about March 1st deadline, it has to do with the filing of those 1099s. Now, you guys have a business. If you paid anyone over $600 that was not an employee in your business, you are to issue them a 1099. And there's also this form 1099 NEC, which is a new form as well. I had some clients who was calling and they didn't know where to put the miscellaneous payments that they gave some folks last year. So because the 1099 miscellaneous form have been changed to a 1099 NEC form, they weren't not able to find that slot to put the information on there. And so I had to advise them that, of course, the form is no longer a 1099 miscellaneous. It's a 1099 NEC form. They have made the form different. And so they had to hurry up and get that done and send off to the, to the people they have paid. Hi, Cognac. Thanks for jumping in. However, those forms need to be sent into the government so that they can make sure that once you got your copy of those 1099s, you guys filed and claimed that income. So the government gets a copy as well. So as a business owner, you must send in a copy of those 1099s. You should have sent them in January 31st. If you didn't and you got a 30-day extension on those forms, they are due March the 1st. You need to get those mailed off to the government. Again, they'll fine you $50 per form for each person that you have not sent in. Okay? Who wants to pay the unnecessary money? So if you paid anyone over $600 and you issue a 1099 miscellaneous or a 1099 NEC form, make sure that you file that form with the government by March the 1st. Providing you got an extension, but if not, still send it in because there's an automatic extension I think they give you if you didn't send it in by January 31st. Okay, so make sure you get that in. All right, so that's the first form we want to send off by March 31st. 1099s, 1096 forms sent to the IRS by March 31st if you haven't already sent those in. Next deadline, guys, very important. This one I always emphasize. March 15 deadline. And a lot of people get this wrong because in the past, all of the corporation taxes were due March 15. But only the S corporation is due on March 15th, guys. So if you have an S corporation, you need to file those taxes by March 15th, or you must file an extension. So, and this is a huge penalty for every member that's in the S corporation is going to be paying a penalty for each person that's in there. So this could be really huge. I've seen it being $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 based on the amount of people in there. And this is just penalty. This is just penalties. And an S corporation does not pay any federal taxes, but you will pay that penalty if you do not file on time. So the S corporation form must be filed by March 15th. Your partnership returns must be filed by March 15th, guys. If you are in a partnership with anyone and you have a partnership return, you must file it by March 15th. Those of you who have formed these LLC last year, a lot of folks have an LLC now. If there's more than one person in the LLC, you are filing a partnership return. A lot of people is confused. They don't know what forms there to file for the LLC. If there's more than one person in your LLC, you are filing a partnership return. That return is due on March the 15th, or you must file an extension. Okay, so March 15th deadline, S corporation taxes are due. Your partnership return, LLC with more than one person is due. And those are due by March 15, guys, or else make sure, this is so important. Make sure you get an extension. Make sure you get a 6-month extension. Again, I've seen those penalties, thousands of dollars per person that's in that partnership will be fined if you do not get that in. All right. So that's my second deadline today. Third deadline, this is the one that everybody is more familiar with, of course. That's the April 15th, now to April 18th for 2022 because of holidays. The deadline is April 18th. April 18th, we know that's a personal tax due date. However, it is also the C corporation, the regular corporation. The due date for your corporate taxes is now April 18th. Guys, make sure that you get that in. Again, there's nothing more than paying money unnecessary in the form of penalties and interest, but not filing taxes, which we know we should be doing. And then, of course, be prepared because here again, this 3 months or 4 months down into the year, we should already be prepared to get these taxes in or file an extension. Hey, Sylvia, how are you? Thanks for jumping on here. All right, thanks for jumping in. Okay, hey, Charlie Betuna, thanks for jumping in over here. All right, so yeah, of course, what you have to do is make sure that you file an extension if you cannot get those tax returns in. So April 15th, the deadline for your taxes, personal taxes due, and your C corporation is due. Again, file an extension if you can't get them in. Now, another thing that's due on April 15th, guys, very important, April 18th for this year. If you have a trust or an estate, if last year, for some reason, you had to form a trust or an estate, those returns are due. If you're in a calendar year, they're also due on April 18th. So if there's a trust or an estate that you are an executor over, right? Sometimes we're not aware that we have to file taxes for these things because a lot of people are not thinking that they have a trust, someone passed, they have a trust or they have an estate. And a lot of times, a lot of people have come to me after the fact. They don't even know, aware that they have to file a tax return for a trust or an estate. If someone passes, you must file those returns by April 15th this year, April 18th, if you have a trust or estate, or again, file an extension, okay? Get an extension filed, all right? So the other deadline on April 15th, corporation estimated tax returns, estimated tax payments. Now, what the government wants, they want their money up front, right? They do not want you to wait until the end of the year when you do file your taxes to send them their payment. If you anticipate owing any taxes, you are to make estimated payments. They want estimated payments. They give you 3 months. You can make 4 estimated payments. Of course, you can send them as much money as you want, but they want you to estimate what you are going to owe and send those payments in every 3 months. And a lot of times people are calling me and saying, what am I paying every quarter? What is that all about? So people are a little confused about all this stuff. Every 3 months, and the first estimated payment, guys, is April 15th. So your corporate estimated. So if you anticipate owing $5,000 or $10,000 in taxes based on your profit, you might want to break that up into 4 payments and get the first payment in by April 15th, your first estimated tax payment. And those estimated payments, guys, is for the current year. So when you're making your estimated payments at April 15th, you are paying for the year of 2022. Why? Because you should have already made your estimated payment for 2021. So by the time you get ready to file your 21 taxes, you've already paid that money in. So this estimated payment you're doing now is for your 2022 tax year. So you need to make those estimated payments. The first one is due April 15th, April 18th this year. Hey, Twin Mac, thanks for jumping in. So the first payment is due April 18th, and you want to make sure that you get that in because they penalize you for paying late, right? You haven't even filed a return yet, but you need to make sure that this money is in there. All right, so that's the next deadline. All right, so move it right along, guys, and make note of this, guys. Make sure that you guys hit like and share this video and make some notes for yourself because a lot of you guys are running a business. A lot of you guys have single member LLC. Some of the stuff related to personal as well because on April 15th, April 18th this year, you have to file your personal taxes as well, okay? Deadline May 16th. That's the next deadline, May 16th. Now, this deadline, most people tend to forget about this one. If you have a nonprofit organization, guys, if you have a nonprofit organization, you have to file those tax returns by May 15th if you are on a calendar year. Meaning if your year starts January and ends in December, you have to file your nonprofit tax return by May 15th, which is the 5th month, the 15th day of the 5th month. So if you are not in a calendar year, make sure you file by the 15th day of the 5th month when your year closes, all right? So for the calendar year, folks, May 16th this year is the deadline to file your nonprofit return. If you do not make enough money, less than $50,000, there is a thing called an e-postcard. You must file that so the government knows you didn't make any money. Because if you don't tell them you don't make any money, they don't know you make any money. You really got to go in there and file that e-postcard and the information return and say, look, I didn't make any money on my nonprofit, but you send in that information card so they know that you did. And that has to be done by May 15th again, or file an extension. All right. Very important, guys. Very, very, very important. All right. So my last point on here today, this one, we're not going to pass June 15th. Again, we talked about estimated tax payment. June 15th is your second estimated tax payment. So the first one is April. The next one is June. People get this wrong all the time. They're thinking it's 3 months after. So ironically, this is 2 months after, right? So you make one in April, and then you have to make the other one in June, and everybody misses this one for some reason because they're thinking it's 3 months. So you can do one in April, and the next one is due June 15th, estimated taxes. This also applies to personal, guys. If you anticipate owing personal taxes, you are also to make estimated tax payments. All those self-employed people, all you guys who work for yourself, no taxes taken out, there's nobody taking out of a paycheck, you're getting money directly, you are self-employed, you are to pay estimated taxes. So for all you self-employed folks out there, pay those estimated taxes. You save yourself a lot of interest and penalty, okay? So by June 15, your second estimated tax is due. And then I'll just let you know the other one is due September 15th, and then the fourth one is January 15th. It's kind of odd month or dates, so a lot of people get this wrong. But you want to get those in if you anticipate owing, because see, it might not sound like a lot if you only owe $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000, but there are people, I have clients who are owing hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes. So just imagine the penalty of not making estimated taxes on $100,000, guys. It's a lot of money. Okay, so you want to save, you want to start doing it now while your business is, if it's not making a lot of money, you get accustomed to making those payments. So again, I have people paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes, and you do not want to pay late penalties or interest on $100,000, on any dollars, really. Hey, Laverne, how you doing? Hi, sis. Thanks for jumping in. Hi, Santa Cruz. How are you doing today? Thanks for joining us today, guys. So we are talking about tax deadlines that you need to know I talked about the first 6 months. I'm going to go over it real quick and recap. Make notes of these deadlines. Whatever applies to you, write it down and make sure that you are prepared to either get your taxes filed or get an extension. All right. So March 1st, for those of you who issued 1099s, I've had people who just issued maybe one 1099. They may have only had one person work for them. If you issued even just one 1099, that form need to be sent to the IRS by March 1st. So get that copy into them. They need to know who you paid money to so that those people can file their taxes, report that income. And if they don't, the government is going to already know this and they're going to say, hey, where is your tax return? So 1099s by March 1st. March 15 deadline, S Corporation and Partnership, LLC. Make sure that those are filed or you get an extension, huge penalty, right? April 18th, your C Corporation taxes are due, as well as your personal taxes. File an extension if you're not able to get those done. Avoid interest and penalty. And then if you have an estate, if you guys, for some reason, some of you are executor of an estate or a trust, you need to file those taxes also by April the 18th of this year, okay? Now, the next deadline, May 16th, we talked about nonprofit organization. Most people miss this. If they think they didn't make any money, they have a nonprofit they formed, they didn't do anything, hardly any activity, they didn't make any money. You need to also file a information return, which is an e-postcard or 199N. You need to make sure that you get this filed, because what happens with your nonprofit, even if you made no money, if you do not file something and let the government know 3 years consecutive, they will suspend your nonprofit organization. Okay, so very important. Don't miss these deadlines. You guys, if you know anyone that this applied to or yourself, share this information as well, okay? And on June the 15th is your second estimated tax payment, business and personal. June 15th, second estimated taxes. 2 months after the first one, so most people miss this. But if you anticipate owing taxes, make these estimated payments. If you overpaid when we do those taxes, of course, we write everything off. You get all your money back. So, and which is the plan, of course. But at least you want to get some payments in there if you anticipate owing, all right? And again, there are people who owe hundreds of thousands of dollars. Penalty on that is a huge amount of money, which, of course, you don't want to give that away. All right, so that's it on the tax deadline, guys. Once again, I want you guys to hit like and share on this video. Keep your notification on like you have always done. We are here every Tuesday and Thursday with some great information. The stuff that we're talking about, I get calls on it every day. I have consultation every week. Someone is always asking about this stuff. A lot of folks go back and look at these videos. I refer them to these videos because everything they ask me is in a video somewhere. So once again, hit like and share on the video. Join us back here on Thursday. What we're going to talk about on Thursday? On Thursday afternoon, we'll be back at 1 p.m. And we have, let's see, what's that topic on Thursday, Sharice? Do we have what we're talking about Thursday yet? You guys come back here Thursday afternoon. I think this is a personal topic that we're going to be talking about on Thursday. And I'm waiting for her to put it on the board. All right. So again, we get, oh, and also too, guys, we have a course. We have a business course coming up for you guys pretty soon here in a few weeks. All of you guys out there who have always anticipated starting your own business, who, you know, there's for some reason you had a hard time getting that started and you thought about it. I know we have all thought about it. I can think of 9 out of 10 people who have thought about starting their own business. And for some reason, they may not have gotten it started because they feel like maybe it's just going to be too hard to do. They don't know where to start. That's usually key, is don't know where to start. So this, you know, they always have a problem with that. We have a course. And let's see. And thank you, Miss Elaine, for the information. You're very welcome, Tajnash. We have a course coming up. All of you guys who were just doing stuff on the side, who had a side hustle going on, who was just doing some extra job, or who have a personal business, but you haven't taken it to the next level. And now you want to take it to the next level. We have a course coming up, you guys. This will teach you how to get that business started, how to get it up and running, and we will also teach you how to make it, how to run and operate it and make it very successful. You can make it successful depending how much you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. We'll show you how to make that happen. All right, so stay tuned and for the information on signing up for this course. I am excited about it, right? It's going to be amazing. So let's see here. Okay, so with that said, guys, I think that we covered everything. What we're doing on Thursday, I think we're coming back here Thursday afternoon, and it's a personal topic. I'm trying to see what that's all about. But anyway, let's see. All right, I'm not able to see what that topic is Thursday. She said 3 reasons you're getting a smaller. You know what? We don't want to forget this. 3 reasons you're getting a small tax refund. Oh my God. Everyone calls about why their refund. Some people got a lot more and some people got a lot less. Everybody wants to know why their refund is a lot less than last year. We have more conversation explaining to folks why their refund is a lot less. So tune in on Thursday afternoon. We'll tell you 3 reasons why your refund might be less. All right. And so with that said, I think we covered it all. You guys, I'll see you back here on Thursday. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday afternoon. Thanks, Miss Elaine. You're very welcome, Margie. Thank you guys for all tuning in here. Really do appreciate it. And thank you. All right. Okay, so I'll see you guys back here Thursday. Have a great afternoon. And you guys, all right, I just love all the thank yous. I'm really glad you guys appreciate all this information. It's beautiful information. People ask these questions every single day, all right? So again, I will see you guys back here Thursday, and thank you for watching. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I keep calling this Thursday. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and you guys take care of each other and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.